Welcome back to my channel, ladies and gentlemen. I am Anthony Goodson, and you're watching Back to New. That's me right there. See that good-looking guy? Struggling to take this heavy nightstand out of the car that I found on the side of the road. Me and the wifey. So we're going to be putting these things together for you. Do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. And be sure to comment. Now look at them. They're just typical 3-drawer nightstands. It's got a little bit of damage on the side there, some on the top. And then, of course, it has those grooves that you see right there. And I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with those. I don't have all my handles, but I'm going to figure this thing out. I'm going to use some of those because the idea of flipping furniture is to lower the cost as much as possible. And I don't want to go out and buy a whole lot of new hardware. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use as much as I can and then use what I do have around the house. These are in pretty good shape. A little dirty. Got to do some cleaning there. And do some vacuum and something that a little soap and water won't fix, really. But the drawers are in good shape. I don't even know why somebody would throw these out. They can just go to Lowe's and buy handles. And here is Juanita. I had to introduce Juanita with a little spritzer there. We're going to do a little bit of flipping, so stay tuned as we clean them. Oh, by the way, had a little bit of technical difficulties, so we did do some scuff sanding, and I will repeat that a little bit later, but I couldn't put that in the footage for some reason. I don't know why it didn't show up. But anyway, we got to do some cleaning first, so let's get to it. See, sometimes it's just better when you do it by yourself because you got all these games that people play. Back to work. Back to New gets back to work.
Okay, so now what we're about to do is use acetone and steel wool to strip it.
Now this was actually a pretty fun part of the restoration is using this acetone. The reason why it's so fun is because it don't take a whole lot of elbow work, but it does take a lot of work, no doubt. It's just not heavy lifting. It's just a little bit of scrubbing. You have to sit there. If you let it sit for a minute, it'll pretty much come off by itself. And it takes a lot of acetone. And 2 people on this job made it quite easy. I almost made a reference from The Office, but I know everybody don't watch The Office, so I didn't make the reference. If you want to hear that reference, go watch the short. We did a short for this as well. So we're doing a lot of dipping, baby dip. Come on, let's dip, baby dip. Everybody knows that reference. And so we cleaned this thing off, got all this paint off. This is an alternative for those of you who don't know, because oftentimes people want to sand it. Other people want to just use your scraper, but we use this acetone. In addition to that, I have some more paint thinner, what you see here. Made it really, really, really messy when we did this, but my gosh, it took all that stuff off. So we had to do this, got it done, and then we cleaned it. So now we're doing some hand sanding. Now, of course, we didn't hand sand this whole thing, this whole top and bottom. The bottom maybe we did, but not necessarily the top. And I like I said earlier, our footage from the sanding actually didn't make it into this for some strange reason. But we did a lot of hand sanding as well as sanding. Now it's time to do some priming. This is a brand new gun, and this gun opened up quite a bit. And here's our little guest. So it's coming out a little bit better. I don't like my primer too thick. I want for it to be somewhat thin, and I like to use 2 coats. So this was a little thicker than I wanted. So when it was time to paint, I made some adjustments here on this box, and I think I got it right. Look at that, nice color. Give me a like if you like that color. Give me a comment if you love it. Now, I guess I must go ahead and give credit to Juanita. She actually picked this color out. People were telling me that green is overused, more particular about me. They say I use too much green, so I try to, not use as much green. And then whenever I back off and back away from it, I give somebody else the option to use the color they want, and sure enough, they choose green. Now, as you can see here as I'm painting, I'm by myself. I'm gonna be by myself for a little while. But now I'm trying to tape this up so that I can do the top without messing up that beautiful paint. I made the paint myself. It was a mixture of stuff that I made. So honestly, I had to really tape this up really good because I had no more of the paint. And I could recreate it, but it may come off just a hair. And if it came off just a hair, you already know I have to paint the whole thing all over and change the whole color. So now I'm filling those grooves in. What I was gonna do originally is just keep them and just kind of have a unique kind of look there, but it didn't work based off what I was doing, because as you can see, as we sanded it down, there are some issues up there. There's some spots it wouldn't look good with stain. So now I'm just gonna close the groove up and make this faux wood look on top. This is a bonding product. It's a two-part bonding product actually. And you put that blue kind of toothpaste stuff in the peanut butter paste canister stuff. Well, I don't even know exactly what it's all called. And once you mix it together, then you create this bonding stuff. It does not take long to bond. It takes like 5 minutes, if that long. I don't think you have that long. You may have about 2 minutes before it starts getting really hard. But this sanding portion actually showed up. And now I'm hand sanding a little bit, speeding through this, cleaning it with my tack cloth, and getting ready to create a faux look. So here I'm putting my primer on the top. I'm gonna just let it speak for itself here in just a little bit. But on the primer, I made sure I made it real smooth. That's why I'm using a roller. Later on, you're gonna see me using a brush. I didn't care that it was just that smooth. I did want for it to be smooth enough to the hand, of course. But right now, I'm just wanting it to be real smooth, because I want the primer to be a part of really the what I'm trying to do. Now this I bought in a can. The color is brown. It's like a highlight brown, a real light brown. And I'm using a brush. I'm not gonna use a roller anymore, because now I have to get real creative. I'm not an artsy guy when it comes to this stuff. So if I can do it, you can do it. But basically what I'm doing now is just trying to put it all over, because in my mind, I picture the inside of a piece of wood as definitely this color. So now I'm gonna mix all these other colors together that I think are in wood, and how it would look if you cut a piece of wood down the middle. And that's what I'm trying to recreate. This next piece I actually created. I had some paint. I mixed a lot of paint together. And red, I had red. I'd never had red before. I went to Lowe's or Home Depot or somewhere and got some Oops paint, which was red. It was like $2. So it must have been Home Depot. And I mixed some of the colors I had together, came up with this nice chocolatey paint. And it was exactly what I was looking for. Accidentally, it was oops on my part. And now we're starting to look at the middle of the tree come together. Now be sure to go to like your dollar store and buy, if you try this process, to buy a lot of paper towel. It takes a lot of paper towel to do this. I don't use my shop rags because I don't want to be washing them and they get sticky and hard and all that stuff. And you can't really use them too often. But what I did is I used a lot of paper towels and just threw it away. It's like $5. It was worth it. Then I got a broom, and you see I'm swiping back and forth with that broom, and then I get some of that old paint that I used to wipe off and tack it and give it a little bit more texture. What I didn't picture is I actually put 3 colors in here. It's a brown, a chocolate, and a tan. Those are the 3 colors. And I'm not sure why I didn't record that part, but you'll see me do it here in just a little bit on the bottom. But I put those 3 colors together, and that's how it all came together. See the tan. And as I put it on, I just use my broom and constantly try to add the streaks that would look real tree-like in the middle of a tree. Now, you know when you put the stain on top and or when you put the liners in the drawer, you must be getting real close to the end. But before I forget, y'all do me a favor. Please hit that like button. Please comment, subscribe, do all those things. I really, truly appreciate it. All right. I said when you start to put the liner in, you're done. You also have to put some polyacrylic on. I did 5 coats. Took me about 10 hours. I let 2 hours in between to secure it. Here's a reminder of what it looked like before. Let me know what you think about the after.